Mike Stevens and Alan May have a difference of opinion. And over the top, a Nighthawk comes in on Hank Lammens. Big scramble. DiMaio jumps on top. Things could really explode with 16:57 left, third period.
Hank Lammens, we got all craziness breaking loose here. Well, look, there's a sucker shot by Duncanson.
Keynes is set to leave his crease. Stewart's trying to restrain him. Janicek's out of his crease. Hank Lammens. You see there Michael Dark and Robbie DiMaio.
Well, Robbie DiMaio, as we all know, can really throw them. So Lammens has got somebody down
Richmond.
there. Steve Richmond. Now Shawn Evans is tied up with Duncanson. We know Craig Duncanson's a pretty strong kid. I think you'll see Hank Lammens will eventually hit Richmond up, because that was really not really the initial fight. I don't know who it was who jumped in from New Haven right at the start, but Linesman doing a good job trying to get Alan May off the ice here. May's going to end up being thrown out of the game here. He's manhandling off right there. He's been manhandling Frank Quigley. And he doesn't want to get Quigley too mad, because Frank Quigley's a pretty big boy.
Frank Quigley doing a fine job. One of the heavyweight linesmen in the American Hockey League, putting Alan May in the penalty box. And now Richmond gives Lammens a shot. Lammens unleashes some right hands.
Well, Richmond, now what makes you wonder, Hank Lammens had Richmond down, John, let him up, and then Richmond throws a sucker shot. Now, Steve Richmond's a tough kid, though. I won't take anything away from him.
Well, the Nighthawks are frustrated. The Indians right now have embarrassed them in this game. It's 4-0 Springfield, 16:57 left in the third period. Springfield has looked like the playoff club here tonight, not New Haven. Lammens still wants a piece of Steve Richmond. Now Richmond gets up, talks to Shawn Evans. Good look there from ice level behind the net. Hank Lammens goes to that Springfield penalty box. The Springfield bench is really jawing at Steve Richmond.
Steve Richmond's been a mellow hockey player pretty much most of the season, John. He's noted as a tough guy through his career, but he's going to be out of this hockey game. There's no question about it. But he's a real tough guy when he wants to be. But he's been playing more good, solid defense for the New Haven Nighthawks this year. But he obviously took exception to something. There we see a look at the veteran. Steve Richmond's been around for a few years.
So Steve Richmond leaves. Much to the delight of the crowd here in Springfield. Duncanson is jabbering away at Vern Smith. Taking place at the 3:03 mark of the third period. Steve Richmond, a la Kerry Clark, with his hands up in the air. We have a little Worldwide Wrestling Federation action here. Big tag team. Duncanson and Richmond retire.
Well, that's what it started to look like. It was Richmond that came into this altercation here. Really was started with May and Stevens. And here comes Richmond in right here. He's the third man in. Look at that. He jumps right into the pile. Well, he deserves to end up in the bottom of the pile as he did, as Hank Lammens really got on top of him. And then Duncanson with a couple sucker punches here as you watch Craig